Hi guys, and welcome back to another video here on this channel. So I thought today I would take you around, show you what I get up to. I've got a few errands to do today. I'm going to be going to the charity shop. I'm going to be giving you a little bit of a garden update because here in the UK we've had such a, I even want to call it a drought at this point, because we've had so much sun, which is so unusual for the UK. And we had a couple of days of very heavy rain, which my plants are very grateful for. And I do think it's kind of created a bit of a sprouting situation in the garden, so I'm intrigued to see what's going on over there. And I'm going to be doing some fabric cutting for some of the sewing patterns that I have planned for my holiday. Yeah, I thought I'd take you along. Thought you'd probably enjoy seeing what I get up to. I was going to go into the garden and have a look at what's going on over there, but it's still raining, so I think I might give that a miss. I wanted to go into town anyway because I needed to get a couple of bits, and I thought I would maybe go to the charity shop as well. So I'm going to go and do that, and then I will show you what I bought. So while I'm sorting out my fabrics, I thought I would kind of show you how I organise them. I'm ready to kind of go into the sewing room and storage, if they're being stored, that is. But like, for example, this one here, I've measured up, made sure it's all nice and straight. Then what I will do is go in and write down on a little card how many meters there are. So in this case it's 1 meter, and I usually write down kind of a brief description of what fabric it is, like a jersey fabric, and like any other details that I want to know, if there's any marks and things on them. So I write it like that. Then I will grab my scissors and I will cut that out, and then attached to the fabric, either with a clip like this or a paper clip, it just depends on the fabric, and then store it that way. That way when I'm rummaging and I'm looking for a project and I need a certain amount, or I want to know how much there is in each fabric, then I know without having to take it all out, measure it up and yada yada yada. What I would do if I was being particularly organised is measure the length and the width and put that measurement down as well, just so I know exactly how much is there. And yeah, so I'm gonna go and do that process with the fabrics that I've had delivered in today, and then so yeah, I'm gonna finish labeling this up. It's looking so grey outside. The camera's actually making it a lot brighter than it actually is, which I'm loving. So I'm gonna go to do my errands and some charity shop rummaging, and I will catch you back after that. Oh. Right, gosh, it's raining. I had to clip my hair up in a weird way now just to make it look a little bit more presentable, but who knows. Anyway, right. I found some cool stuff in the charity shop. Loving it. I found some sewing bits. I found some not sewing bits. And yeah, I thought I'd show you what I picked up. It was quite a successful one. I didn't actually find any fabric. That's okay. I've had my dose of fabric for today, so not a problem. Right, what should we start with? So, this is a very vintage looking. Oh wow, it's from Paper Chase. Didn't see that. So this one is a vintage looking sewing pattern. Sewing pattern, what am I talking about? I'm literally dreaming sewing patterns. What am I on about? Right, this is a vintage style photo album. It's actually from Paper Chase, which I only just noticed now, and full price was £15, so not bad. I paid £2, and it has the, I mean, some of them are folded, but it's brand new. You've got all the individual sort of cover sheets for photo album, but what I want to use this for, just because I think the design at the front is perfect for, is making it into a sketchbook, kind of like a, I don't know what to call it, but kind of where you put all your design ideas on, plan makes, put maybe a swatch of fabric on there, draw some images, and I think it's just perfect that it has, oh gosh, I just hit myself in the face with the ribbons. I just thought it would be a perfect, because as well it's a bit warped. I probably need to sort that out. It'll probably sort itself out by the time I put fabric scraps in. It'll lift up and there's space for it to be chunky, if that makes sense. It's brand new, not been used, has a really lovely bow. I just thought the quality of the paper as well inside is gorgeous, so it's perfect for sort of drawing sketches and things on. And yeah, I just really fell in love with it. And for £2, you cannot go wrong with that. So that's my first purchase of the day. Right, so the next one is not too far off. I just love stuff like this. This is stuff that I used to love when I was growing up. I just thought they're the most beautiful things ever. And it's like this handmade, like preserved leaf effect. And it's also a photo album. How gorgeous is the like duffel detailing here? Just gorgeous. There's a slight imperfection here, which is fine. I can sort that out. And it's just got leaves in. Oh my gosh, this just screams autumn. How gorgeous is that? And inside, just gets better, you have the little cornered things to hold photos in. I'm sure that's not the name, cornered things. But I just thought that looks gorgeous. I'm still really into physical photo albums. I think there's just something so special about sitting there and flicking through a book, and I make it a special thing every year to go through my photos, select my favourite ones and go and get them physically printed. And I think it's a shame because I think digital images just get so lost in your phone, and I don't know, I think when people come round and you have a cup of tea, it's something that you can just physically flick through, share moments and history together, you know? I don't know, maybe that's just me. Is it just me? I don't know. And yeah, that was also £2. I think that was a bargain. I think the fact that this is plain is really nice, that you could include your own sort of writing on it. And as you can see, it's all kind of like hand stitched in, which I just think is just so special. Look at the edging there. It's so lovely. So yeah, I was really happy with that purchase as well. These next ones are very sewing related. We have trim. I found a few pieces of trim. I have a feeling this person was maybe into like bridal design, because they all are very like neutral. So the first one is this here. So it's this lovely little trim lace, which I just think is gorgeous. I think you always kind of want something to be able to put sort of frills on, and it just being very neutral coloured, I think this is perfect and would go with so many different things. So I was quite happy to add that to my stash. I'll have to measure how many meterage is on that as well. So again, when I go thrifting as well and I find things like this, I do measure it up and write it down just so I know how much is there roughly. It's quite useful to know. That was the first trim. And the next trim is this one here, which, don't focus on my eyes, there we go. So isn't that a lovely lace? Just white, simple, very dainty. I think would look perfect if you wanted to add two pieces of fabrics together, for example, and just create sort of a cutout detailing. There seems to be a lot on here, so I'm really happy about that one. And the last piece of trim is a bit of a bigger one, and this one here is a larger like proper frill. That is a frill. That ain't a frill, I don't know what is, but yeah, that's definitely a frill. This would probably work quite nicely on like a pillowcase. I think that would look gorgeous. I think it needs a bit of like an iron. Yeah, I thought that was really pretty as well. And the fact that these are all really neutral just means that it's obviously so much more versatile. I love working with white, and yeah, there wasn't really any other trim. I picked up all the trim that was in the shop essentially. Charity shops must love me for that, because I just mop up everyone else's trim, you know? Right, that's bag number 1 done. There's a second bag. This I thought was just so cute. And I'm actually going to use this to store my sewing stuff, because you can never have too much storage. This I just thought was really adorable. It's this little basket. It looks like a picnic thing, but obviously it's way too small to be an actual picnic basket. It has these lovely sort of straw handles. It's got this really odd like thing attached to it. which is very pretty, but I don't think it belongs on this basket. So this would actually look really nice as some sort of autumnal decor. This opens like this, and it's all lined inside with this sort of lovely green gingham. And there's just so much space in there that I think this would be perfect to store things like my trim, and yeah, I think mainly trim, I think, is the main thing for this one. I want to store my trim in here. So I thought that was really cute and just kind of a nice design detail at the same time for my sewing room. I also just bought this little trinket, which is just random but cute. I always like these little things to kind of hang on like walls that are a bit bare. And it's this. I got this for like 99p, and it says our home is built with love and laughter, and I just love that. Nice neutral colour, would go really well on just sort of a little strip of wall that there's nothing much else going on with, and yeah, pick that one up as well. Probably not interested in what I bought in Boots, but I bought myself a new shower cap. I'm very fussy with shower caps. I don't like the big frills that stick out because I just feel like I literally look like the wolf in Little Red Riding Hood. But I found this one that has like a really plain edge, and I actually really love the colour of this one. So that's my shower cap. And I just found, I love Collection concealer, but they have discontinued my favourite one that I've been using for years, and I saw that they had like a dupe, I suppose, of the stretch concealer in the Collection, and I thought I would give this a go. I haven't tried it yet. I'm just intrigued, so pick that up. I also picked up some just general shake and rake bee and butterfly seeds that kind of attract, and I thought that might be quite interesting just for any bare patches that we've got in the garden. We could try that. I'm not expecting big things from this, to be honest, but it says there's 5,000 seeds in 25 different varieties. So I thought that would just be quite interesting just to see what pops up, because sometimes that's how you discover new plants. And yeah, those are the bits that I bought today. It looks like the rain is starting to settle, so I might go and take you out to the garden in a moment to give you an update over there. And then we'll need to begin making a start on cutting fabric for my next few makes. So let's get started, shall we? So these are the tomatoes. They're doing a lot better actually since we've used the fertiliser. These ones have got quite tall. There's 3 different varieties here. There's one called Outdoor Girl, there's one that's the Money Maker, and there's one that's a Florentine flower. So none of them have yet given any tomatoes, so we're just waiting on those. But they are slowly getting bigger. The strawberry plant's not doing very well, but they look like they're sort of sprouting some new leaves, so that's promising. The mint is now flowering, so I'm already seeing some shoots down at the bottom here. I don't know if you can see. More down this end here. So these are new. So hopefully they'll spread and they'll fill out and they'll create a really nice sort of centrepiece in this area here. You've got the rose and the clematis. You've got the courgette here, which is doing great. I think it might need to be harvested because it's starting to go yellow, and I'm not sure if that's supposed to happen. We've got another one here, and I don't know if you can see just through there. A big one down there. Very exciting. We've got, this one is an aubergine plant, and this one is a pepper one. We might need to transfer those into the ground at some point. Potatoes have fallen from the rain. You can see some potatoes there actually. Can you see? They are poking through, so we're probably going to harvest those at some point. There's the second tomato plant. And my hydrangea's looking a little bit sad. I'm just not sure it's happy in this area. So what I've had to do here is I've had to put this grid around, because as you can see there's something digging up at the base, and this has helped slightly, but they're still managing to get around. I obviously didn't want to put the metal netting too close, or this is, sorry, chicken wire. don't want to put too close because I want it to be able to sprout out and grow and not be restricted. But there's something still managing to like furrow underneath, which is really annoying. But there are some healthy looking flowers there and some new leaves, so I think it's in the right direction. Let's do a bit of an update on the cuttings, shall we? Oh, see, obviously these are the roses that just failed. This is the hydrangea though, look at the new leaves. These are all brand new. Should we have a look at the roots? This looks really promising. Oh wow. Wow, can you see how many roots there are there? That's incredible. Let's put you back in. Wow, that's doing really well. And if we, I mean, the salvias don't look like they're doing great. Although, there's a bit more root there than last time. Let's see some of the others. I mean, I do think they're doing something, but I think they're just a little bit slower. So that's really reassuring. I might do some more hydrangeas in that case. I've got the wisteria growing up the frame that I made. And we've got the Californian poppy and the clematis. And this is growing like crazy. This I bought absolutely tiny from Aldi, and the flowers like to come out. They look like they're going to be pink ones. I did buy them as sort of a bluey colour, so I might try with my coffee granules. See if we can change the colour of them. That'll be fun. And we've got wisteria number 2 and number 3. And the crazy thing is that these are cyclamen, and they're not really supposed to flower until sort of between January and March, so I'm not quite sure what's happening with the weather there. So that's the garden update. Yeah, so things are going along really nicely actually. I did kind of give a little bit of miracle grow to some of the plants a few days ago. Obviously made sure I watered them a lot because I know that can sometimes be a problem when there's kind of a heat wave. And yeah, so that seems to be going really well. Oh, actually, while we're on the topic of plants, I actually took some cuttings of ivy because I wanted to be able to grow them on like hanging baskets and or window boxes, just to kind of cover up the pot itself. So I tried to duplicate them. There's a little bit of algae there, which I don't know if that's a problem. I am regularly emptying it, but they do seem to be coming back quite quick. But we've got lots of roots. But the issue is I don't really know when I need to plant them into the ground. And yeah, I mean, they're doing really well because we've got new leaves, like at the tips there, which is a really good sign. I'm gonna make my like 7th coffee of the day because I'm like a coffee addict. Then I'm going to start on cutting my fabric for the makes I want to make, and yeah. Okay, so you know we are getting serious when the hair is scraped back. You know the vibe. I just thought I'd show you what I'm planning on cutting for today. So I've made this one before. It's the Wilder top, and I'll pop an image of the version that I made in Viscose, which I still really love. It just doesn't fit how it's supposed to. So I thought I would make it again, but this time in a cotton. So I was thinking of making it in 2 colours because I think it's a really versatile piece and one that I think I'd be wearing a lot. One in this polycotton khaki colour, which I really love and I think would go really well into autumn as well. And also making it out of this IKEA fabric, which is actually a curtain, which I love, because I want to make this in these trousers as well, so it's like a matching set, and it will be quite similar to the Saguaro set by, who is it by? I can't remember, I'll link it down below, but there is a pattern that is a set like this, quite similar. So I'm going to start cutting all those up first. So I'm still making the Wilder top by Mood Society, but instead of doing it in the khaki, I've actually decided to do it in this burnt orange colour. Also polycotton, but I thought again it would just transition really nicely into autumn winter as well. And yeah, It's actually also a perfect colour for something else, but I'm not going to say just yet. You'll have to wait and see where I wear it. Follow me on my Instagram if you kind of want to see more day-to-day, like me wearing my makes, because yeah, you see more of that over there. So I'm going to do this first in this wilder pattern. Let's see how we go this time. I'm going to pop you on a time lapse. Now my next cutting project is going to be this set of trousers here, which I thrifted this on my last thrift shop. So if you haven't seen that video, check that one out. I've got quite a few little nice bits there, and this was £1, so very fun. And I'm going to be making it out of this a lovely linen look fabric, which is actually from IKEA and is actually a curtain. A little bit on the sheer side, but I'm not mad about that, especially good for hot weather. It's 120 centimetres by 250 centimetres, which is an amazing size. So I'm probably going to make actually the matching tie top to go with it, because I wanted to try this anyway. And it's 68% polyester and 32% cotton, so not a bad combination. I'm going to cut this one out first and then cut out the fabric. We may need a lining with this one, we'll see how we go. I'm thinking to do a little bit of a spring clean of my sewing room and actually take you along, because I'm going to be doing a bit of a switch over into autumn anyway. I just like the autumnal sort of style fabrics a bit more at the forefront of my stash, so I can see them and use them. So I'll be making that change soon. So that's the plan for that one. So stay tuned if you want to see that, subscribe and hit the bell, and that way you're alerted when that one goes up.